Buddy. All right, everybody, we're getting ready to start. 17 minutes on the clock. I think the sound is better. I just listened to it. It sounds better. Harmer, center, with Callahan, Kohler, Butler, and Omen. Whitehawks control right off the faceoff. Allie Butler sends it in deep to Harmer. Shot goes just wide left. Now Omen sends it around the boards behind the net. Allie Butler comes in to hold. Just thought it was going to be sent out, but Warroad didn't get a stick on it. Now Lizzie Callahan putting some pressure on. Harmer sends it back into the corner. Kohler puts Emma Butler on the ice now. That Warroad pass didn't connect. That's going to be icing on Warroad. Now, Dahl, Caitlin Johnson, Hazel Sturgis, Sky Neighbor, Emma Butler. Going to redo that face-off. Face-off controlled by the Whitehawks. Hazel right to the net. Tried to make a pass. I think she should have just shot that one, but she was looking for Dahl. It just wasn't close enough. Now sent around the boards. Warroad carries it through neutral. Nice pass off the boards. Big chance. Shot high over the net. Sturgis, knee neighbor. Hazel comes away with it. Got Dahl on the far side. She plays it off the boards. Intercepted by Warroad. And the Butler gets a stick on it. Gets it over to Dahl. Dahl carries it in on her own. Butler comes in with her. Whitehawks change a few players. Brooke Hendricks, Sonia Moline out there now. Greta Bodie. The Allie Butler. And Malin Dempsey. Warroad gets it across center. Stopped by Bodie. Now Allie Butler. She hit the ref. Sends it back around the same direction. This time gets it up to Moline. Moline gets it out. Now Greta Bodie sends it right back out. Warroad picks up the puck at neutral ice. Sam Earhart from Warroad. Happen to know that name from previous connections with her in the summer. Now Warroad sends it in on Savannah Poliak, who covers it up. Armour, Callahan, Kohler, Ullman, Emma Butler. Ullman carries it up ice, stops at the half board, sends it back to the blue line, gets it to Kohler. Now Butler's shot, hits the traffic out front, redirect. Lizzie tried to backhand it, picked up by the Warriors. Now Marion Ullman, right outside the blue line, back to Butler, up to Callahan. Lizzie Callahan drops it for Kohler, got a shot off but didn't get much on it. Now breakout play, comes across center ice, and the Butler gets to it. Armour's pass intercepted offsides on the Warriors. Grandparents' night tonight at Thaler Ice Arena. Read some grandparent details provided by the players during the JV game. We'll be doing that here today for the varsity players as well. Icing is called on the Whitehawks. Caitlin Johnson, Hazel Sturgis, Dahl, Bodie, and Neighbor. Face off, won by the Warriors. Shot right on, saved by Maholiak. Another face off to the right of Savannah. Right back to the blue line again. Shot right on. Savannah makes the stick save. This puck cleared by Neighbor. Caitlin battling. Gets it out of the zone. Neighbor battling at the blue line. This puck now Sturgis with a steal. Picked back up by Warroad. Warroad gets it in. Now sent up to Sturgis. Sturgis to Dahl just off the end of her stick. Warroad regroups, tries to play it in. Hits a skate. Eventually goes in. Now Greta Bodie behind the net. Plays it to Dahl. Dahl's got Sturgis, but she's going to go to the bench. Dahl carries it in by herself, waits for support. Now Hendricks, Moline, Ullman, Butler. Marion Ullman. It's it to Moline. Moline back to Ullman. That was almost picked up by Warroad. And now Dempsey dumps it in. Dempsey gets a stick on it. Warroad gets a clear breakout play close to neutral ice. Shot. It's just wide. Butler up to Moline. Moline plays it up, not quite out. Picked up right at the blue line. Shot right on. Saved by Savannah. Omen up to Moline. Doesn't quite connect. Warroad regroups at their own zone. It's played by Kohler. I'm sorry, Harmer. A Harmer in the corner. This is Callahan, Billy Kohler. Bouncing puck, grabbed by the Warriors. Carried across center ice into the White Hawk zone. And the Butler gets chased, shot hits the side of the net. And the Butler's still with it. Gets it poked away. She was coming out of the zone. And now Neighbor circles behind the net. One touch pass to Harmer. Didn't connect. This guy plays it back to Emma Butler. This is Callahan. Back to Butler. And behind the net, Kohler plays it out. They're going to call that icing on the Whitehawks. So after 6 minutes, shots on goal. One shot for the Whitehawks, 5 for Warroad. That's awesome. Warroad trying to center, couldn't do it. Sturgis, Stahl, Caitlin, Allie Butler, Greta Bodie. Stahl, loose puck, Caitlin with a chance. She runs into traffic. Sturgis picks it up. Back to Bodie. Couldn't pull the trigger. Warroad gets a stick on it. Now they got a chance at numbers. Offsides on the Warriors. Ran into a player. Hendricks, Moline, Dempsey, Coleman, Emma Butler. I'm going to read a little grandparent information here about Malin Dempsey. Shot by Omen. Nice save. Loose puck. Rebound cleaned up by the Warriors. Malin Dempsey has one grandparent that's either in the stands or watching online. Grandparent Greg. Some things that grandparents say that make us smile are really funny jokes he makes of any situation. Funny. Lessons and memories around the kitchen table. Do everything with a good attitude and be kind. He would always give me and my sister dessert before dinner and then watch our TV shows with us. Words of wisdom or tradition, and hard work pays off. Don't give up when something bad happens. And having Christmas together as a family every single year. There's Malin Dempsey. Warroad, a little pressure. Hendricks plays it out. Warroad carries it in, drop pass. Shot right on. Saved by Savannah. Good save. She jumps on it. Covers things up. Face off controlled by the Warriors. Touch pass by the Warriors goes into the corner. You got Neighbor, Bodie, Callahan, Harmer, and Kohler. Kohler plays it to the blue line, not quite out. Neighbor tries to send it out, held in. Puck battle along the boards. And finally, Kohler gets a stick on it, gets it out to neutral. 2-on-1 pressure on that Warriors defender. He gets it through to a forward, carries it through neutral ice. Drops it back. Armour lost the handle. Eventually got the stick on it. Now played to the far side boards. Warriors are going to go for a change. Cody plays it up to Callahan. Callahan leaves it for Armour. Armour plays it off the boards and in deep. Whitehawks change. Sturgis, Johnson, Dahl, Omen. Oh, loose puck right out in front. Savannah played it. It came around to the far side. Chance for the Warriors didn't happen. Sturgis plays it in. Behind the net. Sturgis is hit into the boards. Right around. Warriors pick up the loose puck. Skate it through neutral. Send it in deep. Allie Butler. Caitlin Johnson cleans it out of there. Sends it to Omen. Omen plays it back. Only person there was a Warroad player. Now it comes out across the blue line. That's going to go all the way down. Keelan Dahl putting some pressure on. Caitlin. Right back to Omen. Omen plays it back off the boards to Caitlin. Couldn't pull the trigger on it. Comes out of the zone. 3-on-2 for the Warroad Warriors. Shot goes wide. I don't know if it's shot or looking for a tip pass. Either way, it didn't connect. Sonia Moline, she plays it out. Whitehawks get to change some players. Now Dempsey with it. Dempsey hit Hendricks. Bounced off the stick. Picked up by Warroad. Sonia Moline. Allie Butler takes down one player. There's puck behind the net, picked up by the Warriors. Allie Butler plays it out of the zone, sends it deep. That's going to be icing. It is. Oh, yep, it is. So now we'll read a little bit about Sky Nienaber's grandparents. Grandparents are Bob Nienaber and Carol Nienaber. Some things that grandparents say that make me smile. And my grandpa says, "Great job, kiddo. Lessons and memories around the kitchen table, teaching me to be grateful for what I have." There you go, Sky. Words of wisdom when they say, "Don't give up, we believe in you." There's Sky Nienaber. Whitehawks controlling in the Warriors zone. Izzy Callahan, Raylan Kohler inside the center, hits a stick, bouncing puck, comes out across the blue line. Now Sky picks it up, gets it to Emma Butler. Emma back to Sky. Sky to Harmer. Bounces off a couple Warroad players. And then carried in. Harmer tried to play it out, hit a skate, ended up on a Warroad stick. Now loose puck. Grabbed by Sky. Nienaber up to Callahan. It's always a good play. Callahan dumps it in. Whitehawks go for a change. Kohler stays out, puts some forecheck pressure on. Puck comes across to Sturgis. Sturgis makes a move. Falls off the end of her stick. Stays with it. Now Caitlin with her. Caitlin. Allie Butler with a big shot. Big save. Rebound. Couldn't get picked up by the Whitehawks. And now Dahl had a chance. Ball comes out to Bodie. Bodie smartly plays it in deep. Sturgis right out in front. Caitlin with a chance. Oh, Caitlin still with it. Plays it back to Butler. There's another chance. Loose puck. Covered up by the Warroad goalie. Caitlin, Sturgis, and Dahl. Whitehawks control off the faceoff. Now behind the net. Right out in front. And a Bodie's hit hard into the boards, knocked down. It's been a good shift for the Whitehawks. Finally played out. Uh-oh, breakaway chance. That Warroad player was making a break for it. Oh, Bodie with a nice defensive play. Just got something on her to prevent a great breakaway chance. Shot comes in from the blue line. Savannah covers it up. Woo! That was a good transition for the Whitehawks to prevent a really good chance. 4:13 remaining in the first period. 5 shots on goal for the Whitehawks, 7 for the Warriors. Still 0-0 game. It's going to be Harmer, Callahan, Kohler, Butler, Alley, and Omen. Next grandparent information we'll have will be some Butlers. Got both Alley and Emma. We'll just do them back to back. Shot by the Warriors goes wide. Now Callahan gets chase. Now Emma Butler. Georgia Harmer. She's helping out 2-on-2 there. Warriors come away with it. Play back to the blue line. That shot gets through, but not through to Savannah. Harmer carries it across. She's being pestered big time. She stays with it, gets it into the zone. Callahan picks up the puck. Ever a Warroad player goes down. Callahan still with it. Now Ullman sends it around the boards. Emma Butler comes to the half court, sends it back the other way, back to Ullman. Ullman to Callahan. Callahan sends it behind the net. Played high off the boards. And Warroad sends it all the way down. Icing will be the call. All right, Allie Butler, Emma Butler. Grandparents are Jill and Paul Shervin, Sue and Doug Butler, and Pat Shervin. Lessons and memories around the kitchen table, said by Allie Butler. Julie and Paul taught us to love, play, and watch hockey. Words and wisdoms, traditions to live on by Emma Butler. Pat, family ski trips to Montana, something we want to continue with our families when we're older. And Sue and Doug, Paul Bunyan Land, where we want to bring our families someday. There's Emma and Allie. Do a little Alice Terwilliger there. They're going to call that not icing. Alice's grandparent is Roy Terwilliger. Alice is temporarily hurt, but we wish her quick recovery. The grandparents are either here or watching. Her lessons and memories are to always have integrity, and my grandpa makes our names in pancakes. That's the second time I've heard that here tonight. Burgess with a great battle, gets it into the zone. Now played out, picked up by Ullman. Ullman, Sturgis. Sturgis sends it in. Caitlin gives chase. Bouncing puck. Allie Butler with it. She plays it in. Caitlin. So the shooting beats the pass. Comes right back. Good play. Butler with a chance. Loose puck. Under the goalie's pad. She didn't even know where it was. She wanted to cover it, but it was under her leg pad. Words and wisdom from Alice Terwilliger is to always be kind, getting the whole family together for the holidays. There's Alice Terwilliger. Next stoppage, we'll get one more in here. Try to get all these done here by the end of the second so we can just call the game for the third as we hope for it to end up nicely. So Berlin Kohler, we got icing on the Warriors. We're going to read Berlin Kohler. David and Veronica Beach. Lessons around the kitchen table. Our memories of Wisconsin Dells with the whole family together. Lessons about going to church and volunteering. It's always a good one. Memories about Christmas time when Grandpa yelled at me for bending his Uno cards. There's a funny one. Words of wisdom or traditions are orange jello and eating happy birthday Jesus cake at Christmas. There you go. There's Berlin Kohler. All right, let's pass across to Lizzie Callahan. Lizzie gets it in. Berlin chases it down, sent around the boards. Very even game here so far. It's what we were hoping. Warroad ranked number 1 in single A before the season started. I think this is their first game of the season. They were supposed to play last night against Lakeville. Loose puck. Oh, another chance. Rebound. Didn't get through. Now Omen tried to shoot. Instead sends it in off the boards. I'll play it out. Warroad was breaking for it again. Didn't happen this time. They do get it into the zone with 46 seconds remaining. Emma Butler. He plays it off the boards. Puck comes out of the zone. Georgia Harmer playing aggressive. Lizzie Callahan joins her. He comes away with the puck in the puck battle. Warroad does. They send it in deep. Savannah stops behind the net. Uses it for Emma Butler. Emma Butler plays it for Lizzie Callahan. Callahan stretched past to Georgia Harmer. Did not connect. Icing on the Whitehawks. We'll read a little bit about Lizzie Callahan before we go into the end of the first. Grandparents are Brian and Dorothy Callahan, Jim and Linda. Jim and Linda O'Brien. Lessons and memories around the kitchen table. We would get our regular pizza meal from Papa John's when I was younger. That's Lizzie's memory from her grandparents. Thanks, Lizzie. And there we go. First period in the books. Score 0-0. Shots 8-7 in favor of your Whitehawks. Started out a bunch of Warrior pressure. Ended up a bunch of Whitehawk pressure. So we'll get some clean ice. We'll be back for period 2. Should be an exciting finish to this game. We'll read off some more grandparents when we get to that second period. Thank you. All right, we're back here at Thaler. Grandparents' Day. Warroad versus the Whitehawks. Did a little mic test. I'm going to mute it again for a couple minutes, and we'll read some more grandparents' info for the players. Hang tight. Be back in a couple minutes. All right, we're back. Ready to get underway. Period 2. 0-0 game. Callahan, Kohler, Harmer, Allie Butler, Marion Oman on the ice. Warroad controls off the face-off. Picked up behind the net by the Warriors. Played to the blue line. Big shot. Saved. That got through to Savannah. Either way, puck still loose. Now Kohler. Shot. Glove saved by Savannah. Next grandparent we'll read about is Georgia Harmer's grandparents. Grandparents Karen and Clayton Tolbert. Lessons and memories. To keep being myself and lead the way with my red hair. There you go, Georgia. That's shot. Knocked into the netting. Traditions that they live on are decorating gingerbread cookies. There's Georgia Harmer. Caitlin, Dahl, Sturgis, Allie Butler, Aaron Oman. Sent around the boards, held at the blue line by the Warriors. That shot knocked down by Caitlin. Now sent in behind the net. Allie Butler gets a stick on it, bouncing puck. And behind the net, Warriors pick it up. Sturgis reaches for it, held in by the Warriors. Right out in front. That comes out of the zone. Warriors got to get back on side. Sturgis pressuring. Now picked up at center ice. Caitlin was ran into as he was trying to reach for the puck. Now that shot picked up by Dahl. Sent back in by the Warriors. Centering pass. Loose puck right out in front. And Holiak covers it up. All right, we'll read a little bit about Caitlin Johnson's grandparents. grandparents are Darlene and Lowell Wakefield and Kathy and Tony Johnson. Memories from around the kitchen are with the Johnson grandparents, dinner table. When we have family from Iowa, we play cards and left, right, center. We always have fun, but we're always competitive, making for so many laughs and many great memories. And then the words and traditions for the Wakefield grandparents. When we go to Florida, we see them on spring break or sometimes Christmas. During Christmas, we go to the botanical gardens, which is a light up nature walk. So cool and very pretty. My mom always insists on us having our Christmas card picture taken. There's Caitlin Johnson. All right. Emma Butler sends the puck up. Right back to Butler. Butler to knee neighbor. Brooke Hendricks gets a stick on Lizzie Hallahan. Right off the bench shot. Big save. Warroad goalie equal to that task. Georgia Harmer comes in off the bench. She plays it into the zone. Grabbed by the Warriors. Harmer pestering. Played up. Finally out. Bowler's pressed into the boards. Lizzie Callahan. Cross to Harmer. Georgia Harmer sends it in deep. Bowler's going to chase. Gets the inside edge. Callahan's going to help. She gets the puck. Got Harmer loose. Oh, and a one-timer. She just missed the puck. She had an open net, too. That would have been a great play. Try that again, and that one works out. Allie Butler. Bowler covering for her. Holds it in the zone. Georgia Harmer. As it gets to Lizzie. Bounces off a Warroad stick and out of the zone. Whitehawks got to regroup and get back on side. Greta Bodie. Up to Allie Butler, who sends it in deep. Warroad picks it up, plays it to the half board, back to center ice. Nice play. One chance, Savannah with a big save. Kohler plays it across ice. Nobody home for the Whitehawks. Warriors pick it up, send it back out to center ice. Brought right back in, number 3 for Warroad. Sturgis, the half board. Harmer helps her out. Warroad comes in. Allie Butler takes it away. Carries behind the net. Plays it around. Harmer. Now Sturgis. A little out of her reach. Held in by Warriors. Centering pass. Savannah just decides to cover that one up. Got Sonia Moline next on the grandparent chat. What? Oh my God. Loose puck. Johnson, Sturgis, and Dahl. Ullman, Emma. Loose puck. That shot hit by Caitlin. She felt that one. Centering pass. Savannah covers it up. Too much action going on. You got sound? You read Caitlin again? Caitlin's memory sound cut out, I've heard. So we'll do reread Caitlin. Caitlin's grandparents are Darlene and Lowell Wakefield, Kathy and Tony Johnson. One of Caitlin's memories around the kitchen table at the Johnson grandparents' house. They had dinner table. We have family in from Iowa. We play cards and left, right, center. It's always fun, but we're always competitive, making for many laughs and some great memories. Some tradition that lives on with the Wakefield family. We go to Florida, see them on spring break or sometimes Christmas. During Christmas, we go to the botanical gardens, which is a light-up nature walk. So pretty and cool. My mom always insists on having a Christmas card picture taken. There's Caitlin Johnson. Sorry if you heard it twice. Some people didn't. I don't think the sound is working. Hopefully I haven't missed any other ones due to sound issues. Go to Sonia Moline. Grandparents are Stephen Marcia Moline and Carolyn Goldberg. And things that grandparents say to make you smile are when they say they love watching me play hockey. Kitchen table memories is how to show up for your family. The memories of decorating Christmas cookies as a family. And traditions to live by and words of wisdom are to make the most of your high school years. And growing up north to Madden. There's Sonia Moline. Lizzie Callahan crosses center ice, drops it to Georgia Harmer. Georgia's shot was like a stick as it went to the net, went just wide. Now Warroad has it behind their own net. Played up the boards. Knee neighbor, Bodie with her. Carried in, sent deep. Now just 11 minutes remaining in period two. Shots are 9 for the Whitehawks, 12 for the Warriors. Harmer plays it in deep. Dempsey, Moline, Hendricks. Guy neighbor retreats in the Whitehawk zone. He's pressured. Puck squirts free. Hendricks plays it up to Moline. Moline crosses center ice. Now carried back up by the Warroad. First shot was wide and high. Over the blue line. Behind the goal line. Knee neighbor gets a stick on it. Trying to get it free. Hendricks helps her out. Knee neighbor with a long reach tried to get it up to Moline, but couldn't quite get it all the way there. Warroad. It's moved by the blue line. Savannah with a big save. Bouncing puck. Picked up now by Bodie. Bodie's pass hits some players. Now Dempsey plays it deep. Knocked down. Johnson and Sturgis on. Ullman with a great play comes in offsides. Now we'll read a little bit about Elin Dahl. Her grandparents are Dan and Julie Sowles and Jack and Barbara Dahl. Things that grandparents say to make her smile are when they tell funny stories, and whenever they laugh, it makes me happy to see them happy. Memories from around the kitchen are always listen to your elders. The Christmas Eve dinner, talking and telling stories, setting the table, and spending time talking to them. Words of wisdom and traditions to live on. Our Christmas Eve celebrations, and all talking and catching up on what's new with loved ones when they tell me they are proud of me. There's Elin Dahl. Oh, Dahl with a chance for centering pass was intercepted. A Warroad. Hello! That's going to be a penalty on the Warroad Warriors. Whitehawks will go to the power play for the first time tonight. Hopefully, we can get some momentum from this. Oh, no power play. What? Sorry, I guess it's not a penalty. It was icing. There should have been a penalty, but wasn't. Nice pass by the Warriors. 2-on-1. Shot was right on Savannah. He makes a good save. Brad just put those there. Greta Bodie, next on our list. Ullman up to Callahan. Callahan to Harmer. Warroad picks it up across the blue line. They carry it in. Number 11, her shot, saved by Savannah. Now Ullman hard into the boards. Sent back in by the Warriors. Ullman gets back to it, plays it high off the boards. Harmer helps clear it out. Not out yet. Finally gets it across the blue line. Warroad back on it. Got to get back on sides. They send it in. Ullman. Oh, hello. Warroad player went down hard. Warroad player parents wanted a call. That's not going to happen. Kohler, Harmer, Callahan, Allie Butler. Offsides. Whitehawks got to get back on. Warroad breaks it out. Allie Butler stops that play. A Harwick for the Warriors. Big shot. Savannah, big save. Warroad player down. Ullman gets to the puck. She plays it off the boards. Gets to the blue line. Held in nicely by the Warriors. Saved by Savannah. Didn't quite have it covered. Warroad tried to poke at it but couldn't get to it. Now played out of the zone. Warroad regroup at neutral ice. Callahan, comes off Kohler right to Callahan. Callahan with a big shot. Big save. Covered up by the Warroad goalie. All right, Greta Bodie, everybody. Grandparents Linda Carlson, John Bodie, and Patsy Bodie. Grandparents say that make us smile. Smile, Greta. Usually Grandpa John. Lessons and memories from around the kitchen table. I'll never forget that Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior. Playing Uno and Rummy Cube with Grandma and Grandpa Bodie. Scrambled eggs with Grandma Linda in the morning. Words of wisdom and traditions to live on are to work hard, make good choices. Is that a good choice or a bad choice, she says, and have fun. Playing family board games and card games and puzzles and going on trips with the whole family. Thanks, Greta Bodie. Shot, saved by Maholiak. One more player to read here at the next step, I think. Maybe that's it. Boom. Hendricks with us. Kind of came in behind her, but she gets right back to it at center ice. Hendricks and Moline. Hendricks past to Moline. Let's say she shoots that puck. All right, Grandparents' Day. I think we got everybody that was able to submit some memories. 5:26 remaining in period 2. Caitlin Johnson with it behind the net now. She gets it over to Hazel. Hazel tries to get it out. Doesn't quite, but now does. Dempsey out there with her. Brody, Emma Butler. After the blue line, bouncing puck, settled down. Savannah got a stick on it, bounced up. Loose puck somehow went in the net. Not sure how that happened. Must have bounced up and trickled in through the 5-hole. Warroad takes the first lead. Five minutes remaining. Score 1-0 Warroad. Whitehawks need to battle back in this one. Dahl, Sturgis, Johnson, Allie Butler, Greta Bodie. Number 14, I think they said with the goal. Centering pass. Had a chance. Allie Butler sends it up. Not out. Now held in the corner. Allie Butler with it. Now back to Dahl. Dahl plays it out. That's going to be icing on the Whitehawks. No icing. Not sure why. They thought the Warroad player could have got to it, I guess. Caitlin putting a little pressure on. Dahl on the board. Up comes through to Caitlin. Didn't quite get a handle on it. Now Dahl plays it in. By herself, centered pass, nobody home. Whitehawks are changing lines. Warriors cherry picking a little bit. Gets to it. Savannah with a save. A Dahl. The pass from Harmer. Used to the Warriors. That shot was blocked by Bodie. Now Georgia Harmer plays it off of the side of the building. Out of play. Face off coming in the Whitehawks zone. Callahan, Kohler, Harmer, Ullman, and Emma Butler. Shot from the blue line. Savannah saw that one all the way. Covered it up. Not ours, though. Austin? What's the name on them? Oh, what? They have their names? No. The play doesn't connect. Whitehawks now in the Warriors zone. Warriors played around the boards. Comes out. Armor plays it up. Callahan had to get back on side. She does. Now Harmer plays it in. Kohler faces into the corner. He's knocked down in the play. Now Harmer. Emma Butler sends it in behind the net. That puck bounces in the air, not up out of the zone. Now Ullman, she stands on it, knocked down, stays with it, gets it over to Harmer. Harmer up to Kohler. Kohler drops to Harmer. Harmer takes a shot, hits the side of the net. Kohler with a backhand pass in front of the net would have worked out great, but nobody was there. 2-on-1. Nice pass, nice save by Bodie to prevent a good chance on a 2-on-1. Puck battle on the boards. Kohler gets a stick on it to get it out. She's giving chase. Johnson for the Warriors. Now carried in. Drop pass. Did not connect. Moline to Harmer. Harmer sends it in. Moline's going to chase behind the net. Whitehawks finish some line changes. Held in by Dempsey. Dempsey sends it in deep. Hendricks now goes in behind the goal line. Hendricks gets back to it. Gets it knocked off her stick. Picked up by the Warriors. Now knee neighbor, Bodie. Flying pass across ice. Bodie takes her player off the play. Now knee neighbor in the corner. Up comes to the near side boards. A couple sticks on its way. Sky knee neighbor. Sends it to Moline. He's going to change. Sturgis comes on. She makes a good, strong play. Warroad carries it in. Sends it right to Savannah. She covers it up. Just under a minute remaining in period 2. 1-0 game. Shots 10 for the Whitehawks. 22 for the Warriors. Second period's been pretty strong period for the Warriors. Callahan, Kohler, Harmer. Warroad wins the face-off, shoots wide of the net. Now Ullman is it behind the boards. up? You gonna win? Okay. Split it with me?
What?
You gonna split it with me if you win?
No.
Oh, thought I'd ask. Centering pass just didn't quite connect for Warroad. Now Callahan with 16 seconds remaining. It's the Harmer, gets it to her, she gets it in, but there's not going to be enough time for another chance with 5 seconds remaining. And that's going to do it. Period 2 in the books. Talk a little bit about our sponsors here before we mute. Platinum sponsors are Crossroads Financial, Ellen Elmer Supper Club, Surfside Bar and Grill. People may have visited that here for the game. Northwest Tonka Lions Club, big sponsor for the Whitehawks. And the Foss Swim School. The gold sponsors are Denali Custom Homes, the S Brothers and Sons, State Farm, office of Colin Charleston, and Chi-Chi's Restaurant is a nice sponsor of the Whitehawks this year. Thanks for sponsoring. We'll be back for period 3 in just a few moments. Get some fresh ice. right, we're back. Period 3. It'll be an exciting finish for Grandparents' Day here at Thaler Arena. Out the face-off, Warriors control. Whitehawks grab possession. Braylon Kohler uses the handle briefly. Izzy Callahan picks up the puck. Gets it cleanly to Georgia Harmer. Back to Callahan. Warroad sends it around the boards. Played up and out. Ullman sends it right back out of the zone. Offsides on the Warriors. Callahan, Harmer, Kohler, Emma Butler, Sky neighbor now. Face off, controlled by the Whitehawks. Neighbor backhands it out of the zone. Picked up at neutral ice. Cross ice pass, didn't connect. Warriors trying to regroup in their own zone. Poked away by Callahan. Callahan stick handles a little bit, tried to get it to Emma Butler. That didn't connect though. Warroad with a chance. Shot saved by Savannah. Second line out now. Caitlin Johnson, Sturgis, Dahl, Brenda Bodie, Allie Butler. Hi. It wins the face-off. Nobody wanted to get it. Warroad chases it down first. Now Caitlin picks up the loose puck. Gets it to Sturgis. Sturgis carries it out of the zone. Passes across. Hits a stick. Now picked up by Warroad right at center ice. That shot hit Cody's stick and in behind the net. Now picked up by Hazel. Sturgis. Got Dahl on the far side. She crosses center ice. Sends it in deep. Now Caitlin pestering in the corner. Got Moline. Dahl side to center. Hit a skate. Now Caitlin side to center is intercepted. Moline pestering into the corner. Caitlin's going to go for the change. Warroad tries to play it out. Hendricks got a stick on it. Now Allie Butler plays it out to Moline. Now Hendricks sent right back up to Allie Butler. Allie Butler's going to carry it in. He looks for a shot, hits the side of the net. Hendricks and Moline battling behind the net. Warroad sends it out. Butler holds it in. Just barely, but she did. High shot, hit a stick. Warroad's goaltender saw it. Still ended up on the ice right in front of her, but she covered it up. Callahan, Kohler, Harmer, Omen, Emma Butler. Whitehawks looking to get on the board here. Want to do it quickly so they have time. Stretch pass, connected pretty well. Emma Butler defending. Does a good job putting her player into the boards. Centering pass, didn't connect. Now Kohler has the puck. Got French's stick out of her hands. Back to Callahan. Kohler sends it in deep. That pass didn't connect. Comes all the way down. And the Butler into the boards again. Now Ullman plays it off the boards. Gets it to Callahan. Harmer now. Harmer sends it into the zone. Whitehawks change. All couldn't quite handle that interception. It comes across. Ullman's going to pick it up behind the goal line. Plays it off the boards to Sturgis. She didn't see it coming. Now Ullman again. Ullman gets it to Hazel. Sturgis plays it out of his own. Caitlin giving chase. She's ran down at the boards. Into the boards, I should say. That pass to Warroad's not going to connect. That'll be icing. Face off coming in the Warroad zone.
I was looking for you. Sorry.
Johnson, Sturgis, Dahl, Me Neighbor, and Bodie. Warroad behind the net. Caitlin got a stick on it, but ended up back on a Warroad stick. She carries it up. She touches, she crosses the blue line, knocked right back out. Sturgis pressuring. Now Warroad sends it in. And the goal line. Bodie. She picks it up. She's got some room. She's going to skate it up. She's got Dahl on the far side. Bodie's still with it. Plays it out to the blue line. Me Neighbor. She shoots. Nice low shot. Loose puck. Hazel with a chance. She's tripped up. They're not going to call that. Now bouncing puck. Oh, Me Neighbor comes in. Plays it into the corner. Now sent around the boards. And the Warriors gain possession. Me Neighbor gets it. Sends it in deep. Warroad. Now they're just going to ice it down. Well, good pressure on that line. Whitehawk fans are appreciative of that. Now we'll get the Hendricks, Moline, and Dempsey line. Oh, sorry, we're not getting them. We're getting the first line. It's going to be Callahan, Harmer, and Kohler, Omen, Allie Butler. Warroad carries it across, sends it into the zone. Butler sends it right up to the blue line. Kohler gets a stick on it, knocks it out. Now she's going to chase. Loose puck gathered up by the Warriors. Cross ice pass. Omen got a stick on it. Plays it off the boards to Kohler, just a little out of her reach. Sent right back in. Omen's got to retreat. I'll play it off the boards. Held in by the Warriors. Really nice one-touch pass. That was on the ice. Didn't have a chance, but it was in the air. Callahan gets it to Kohler. Kohler and Harmer. First two Whitehawks. Nice backhand pass by Kohler. It ends up going in behind the net. Now, Ullman. She's taken down. They're not going to call that, apparently. French, who's got a heck of a good shot, high into the boards and up into the state tournament poster for the Whitehawks. Now we're going to get the Hendricks, Moline, and Dempsey line with Emma Butler and Sky Neighbor. Warroad's been pretty good on the face-offs here tonight, winning most of them. Not a stat I'm keeping track of. We do have the stats for all the goals and assists. If we can get one, I'll gladly tell you how many each of those players have, but got to get on the board here first. 10.5 minutes remaining in the third period. Me Neighbor behind the net. Backhands it in the air. Dempsey tried to play it across. Ended up on Earhart's stick from the Warriors. He sends it into the deep behind the goal line. Now Emma Butler. Emma Butler. Plays it to Dempsey. This time Dempsey gets it cleanly to Moline. Moline gets it knocked off her stick. Earhart plays it in. Now Greta Bodie. Bodie plays it up to Sturgis. Sturgis all alone in the zone right now. Does a good job to maintain possession while the Whitehawks finish the line change. Caitlin and Elin Dahl on now. Bodie plays it off the boards. Loose puck out in front. Warroad behind the goal line. Centering pass. Intercepted by Hazel. That shot had a chance. Goes high over the net. Now Greta Bodie. Had to get it to Dahl. He's intercepted. Backhand pass. Loose puck. Warroad with a chance. Hits the side of the net. Now Butler. Out to the blue line. Intercepted by Caitlin. Caitlin's got Dahl with her. She sends it in around the boards. Dahl's going to be there behind the net. Need some more Whitehawks for finishing the line change. Bouncing puck. And then block that shot. Now Lizzie Callahan. She gets it out of the zone. Whitehawks get to finish their line change. 8:15 remaining. Warriors send it around. Now Marion Oman. She's knocked down on the play. Warriors grab the loose puck. Carried around the blue line. Send it over to her defenseman. That shot was blocked. Now Oman again. Harmer sends it to the far boards. Fuller was there. Takes her player out. Emma Butler tried to get up to Harmer. Does. Had to hit Lizzie. Couldn't quite reach. Oman off the boards. Offsides on the Warriors. Oman battling still. Oh, French takes out Emma Butler right in front of the net. That's going to be icing on the Warriors. On the Whitehawks, I mean. 7:15 remaining. 13 shots for the Whitehawks. 25 for the Warroad Warriors. Still a 1-0 game. Whitehawks looking for... Oh, it's a penalty. They did get French on Emma Butler. So Whitehawks get the power play. Something they needed. Should help them get on the board here. Halfway through the third period. A little more than halfway through. First power play opportunity. Callahan, Kohler, Harmer, Oman, Allie Butler. Warriors control the faceoff. Jalen French, he's a top player on Warroad. So I don't know. Kohler sends it into Harmer. Harmer back to Kohler. Kohler back to Harmer. Harmer fans on that pass. Stays with it. 3 Whitehawks on 1 Warroad player. Allie Butler cycles back. Up high now with Kohler. Kohler with Callahan with a one-timer that just went wide. Now Oman. Callahan. Callahan with a big shot. Nice glove save by the Warroad goalie. Puck had eyes, but Warroad goalie did too. Harmer at the face-off dot. Pulls the face-off. Oman back to Kohler. She was pressured. Now Allie Butler. Back to Oman. Whitehawks setting it up. Intercepted that pass. Kohler sends it in deep. Now Callahan. To the Kohler. Kohler across to Butler. Butler to Callahan. Callahan with a shot. Rebound. Nobody home to put that one away. Comes out to center ice. Allie Butler. .40 seconds remaining in the power play. Butler to Oman. Oman with some speed. Gets it in. Stops with it. Looking for a lane. Gets it across to Butler. Oh, Kohler, Butler. That shot. It's a Warroad defender. Omen. Back to Butler. Kohler. Goes behind the net where Omen picks it up at the half board. 10 seconds remaining in the power play. Now Kohler. Kohler with a big shot. Huge save. 4 seconds now remaining. Knee neighbor. Tried to shoot, hit a stick. Back to 5-on-5. Up behind the net. Harmer. Kohler. She's hit as she tried to play it. Now knee neighbor with a shot. Pad save. Emma Butler. Rolling puck. She shoots behind the net. Kohler. Harmer in the corner. Harmer comes away with it. Back to knee neighbor. Her shot. Loose puck out in front. Callahan was tied up. Callahan. Now Harmer. Back to Callahan. Callahan. Oh, it was redirected by Harmer. I don't know if it just went wide or was a good save. Knee neighbor. Puck got away from her a little bit. Back to knee neighbor. Her shot's blocked. That player's hurt. She feels that one. Now Caitlin comes on. Emma Butler helping out. She blocks that one from going out. Now Dahl gets behind the net. Butler with a shot was just wide. Now the Warriors pick up the puck. Callahan tried to knock it down with a glove. Big chance. Breakaway opportunity. Savannah equal to the task. Makes a big save. That's my goal, getting a little closer after that power play. 17 shots for the Whitehawks, 26 for the Warriors. Caitlin, Sturgis, Dahl, Allie Butler, Greta Bodie. A shot from the blue line, hit traffic, bounce behind the net. Allie Butler plays it off the boards, gets it nicely to Sturgis. Sturgis crosses the center line, gives chase. Now behind the net. Comes out. Caitlin at the half board, battling with two Warriors. Comes free. Warroad plays it up and out of the zone. French sends it in deep. Greta Bodie around the boards to Dahl. Ball's kind of weird, but she still ended up with it on her stick. Caitlin was trailing. Shoot! Shot on. Didn't get a lot of it, but she was going for the line change anyways. Bodie plays it back up. Dahl. Cross ice to Moline. Moline and Hendricks. Now Dempsey. Hendricks in the corner. Dempsey part of the battle. Warroad digs it out. 2.5 minutes remaining. Warroad's offside. 2:23 remaining in period 3. Whitehawks yet to get on the board. Looking for the equalizer here late in the third period. Face off, won by the Warriors. Emma Butler plays it out of the zone. Back to Emma's stick. Emma plays it off the boards to Dempsey. Now Omen. Moline. Held in by the Warriors. trickles out to center ice. Moline chasing it down. Omen now with the puck behind the net. She's knocked off the play. Gets right back to it. Callahan now. Puck goes behind the net. Loose puck out in front. And Savannah, it went behind her. She turned around and jumped on it, got the whistle. The net gets knocked off. We'll get a face-off deep in the Whitehawk zone with 1:10 remaining. Kind of a fluky goal by the Warriors earlier in the second period. Put them up 1-0. Whitehawks just still can't quite get on the board. Face-off won by the Warriors. Held in the zone. Now sent around the boards. Kohler plays it up. Whitehawks possibly looking to pull the goalie here. Armour, Bodie, and Callahan. Puck comes free. Warriors grab. Armour. Now gets to the Kohler. Kohler's 2-on-1. Got Harmer with her. Right to Harmer. Shot! Oh, it just missed. It just trickled to the side of the goal. Made the save, and it trickled almost in the net, but just went wide. Warroad's going to ice it. Empty net for the Whitehawks. 6 players. We'll get the offensive zone face-off with 6 players on the ice with 14 seconds remaining. No idea. Timeout by the Whitehawks. Coach has got to drop a little play that they can make something happen here with 14 seconds remaining. I'd like to take this moment to thank our sponsors again. Platinum sponsors, Crossroads Financial, Allen Elma's Supper Club here in Mound, Surfside Bar and Grill, fun hangout for parents, board games, the Northwest Tonka Lions Club, and the Foss Swim School. The gold sponsors are Denali Custom Homes, S. Brothers and Sons, State Farm Offices of Carlson, and Chi-Chi's Restaurant, 2 new locations. Here we go. Coaches are done. Players ready to go. 14 seconds remaining. Empty net for the Whitehawks. 6 skaters. Kohler, Sturgis, Harmer, Callahan, Allie Butler, Marion Oman. Should be a good time to win the face-off. Had a struggle with that here tonight against these Warriors. Callahan battles to it. Kohler gets it back to Butler. Butler's shot bounced and redirected. Kohler had a pass. 1 second remaining. That's going to do it. Whitehawks go down against the Warriors. First loss of the season. It's a number 1 Warriors team. Whitehawks played them pretty well. Maybe we'll see them again in the future. If we do, probably be at the state tournament. Let's go. Thanks for watching, everybody. Next game, not for 2 more weeks, up in Duluth. Friday after Thanksgiving. We'll be streaming live from Duluth. Be sure to be there and watch.